Hello everyone. Oh, why is this not working? Give me 1 second whilst I try and fix my camera, which is turned off. There we go. There you are. Hello everyone. Welcome in to this updating little bit of a stream, bit of news, bit of things that are going on. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing quite good. It's once again it's absolutely freezing, so I've got everything rugged up. I'm nice and warm. Let's do this. So firstly, welcome out youngster Joey. News, updates and chills, my three favourite things. Well, I'm sad to say I'm not one of your favourite things there, Joey. Cody, welcome on out. Pokemaster Dark, Katie Powell, welcome on out everyone. So, a lot has happened since the last time I've done a bit of a relaxed stream. Silver Century and Kaya, welcome on out as well. Now, basically, this is just to give you guys a chance to know what the plan is for the next bit of time, as well as try and get a bit of an idea about what I'm planning to do with the changes that are happening for me. And also, we're going to have just a bit of a relaxed, chill session. I like to do it every now and then where you guys can ask questions. I can give you guys questions. We just get a bit of an idea. And we can just get to know each other that little bit better. Joey, welcome on out as well. Joey, thank you for being here. So, the first thing is obviously the news. My workplace is officially reopening. I am so happy for that. I'm so excited for the fact that we actually get to reopen to the public. People are going to be able to come back to the zoo, and I can actually really get back into a proper schedule with that. With that also will then become the fact that I won't be able to stream as much. So basically, this is just letting you know that I am still planning to stream as often as I can. So we've also been told that not everyone will be able to go back to work straight away. So I don't know exactly what that means for me. I am just waiting to see if I get put on a roster, basically. So with that said, the update is going to be the fact that in my Discord server, so if you haven't already, make sure you follow the link that is about to pop up, and you can go into my Discord there. And no worries, Kay. Take it easy. Have a fantastic day at work. But yeah, you can go into my Discord, which there is a link just there, and I will be making a channel there, which you can look at, basically saying my scheduling for my stream scheduling. So when I get a roster, if I am working on certain days, I will be going into my Discord and scheduling streams to fit around that. So if you're not in the Discord, you'll just have to wait and see when I do go live, because it won't be every day. There will be some days where I'll be doing a stream sort of around this sort of time when I don't have work on. On other days that I am working, it's going to be later in the afternoon, so possibly maybe 5.5 hours or so from now in the afternoon for me. So it's just it really is going to depend on working, and this could possibly change depending on how I'm feeling. So if I schedule a stream for an afternoon after work, but I get really have a really hard day, really tired, and that I may not do a stream, or I might just do a relaxed stream, something like this, just so that we can have something. So I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work, but it's just something that I wanted to bring you guys so that you are aware that there will be potentially a streaming schedule. And if I'm not following that, then I will let you guys know by doing a Discord update or doing a Twitter post or something like that, just so that you'll know if I'm not streaming when I schedule it. Hallie, welcome out. And Trebs as well, my dude. How are you doing, Trebs? And Michael Bold, welcome out to the stream, everyone. So, I do appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you do join the Discord because I would love to be able to interact with you guys more. And we have some absolutely fantastic sessions, like just chatting in Discord. And I'm also going to pop there my Twitter. So yeah, there is my Twitter there, so that if I am posting that I'm not going live, then it will be definitely going to my Twitter. So I hope you guys do understand that things are going to change a lot. I possibly will be getting my first roster either today, or I'm hoping that it comes out today. So it gives us a little bit of time, but yeah, that is the big news, is that I could potentially be going back to work as soon as Saturday, which I'm super excited for. Normally, at the moment I've been sort of volunteering and learning the systems and that on a Wednesday and a Saturday my time, but which was yesterday and obviously 2 days from now. But as of this week, I'm actually going in tomorrow to actually help set up the set everything up, like in the reception and all that. So just to make sure everything is all good. So there probably won't be a stream tomorrow either. But yeah, I'm just playing it by ear at the moment because I really want to bring you guys as much content as I possibly can. But I also have to make sure that I'm keeping myself in balance, because I've had some rough times in the last couple of weeks because I wasn't balancing my life properly. And I've been trying to make sure that I am sticking with that work, life, health, everything balance, because if I'm not keep looking after that, then things can get out of control really, really quickly. Yeah. So with that said, does anyone have any questions about the news and update there? Anyone not sure or doesn't make sense, or anything that's you've got a question about that update? Because as I said, I am absolutely loving doing this. I absolutely love being able to bring you guys stuff that can give you guys an escape from whatever else you've got going on. It's a very happy environment, very positive environment. My Discord is the same. We're very happy, we're open, we're honest. We like to have good chats, and if people have anything that's stressing them out, we'd love to be able to have a chat and work through that as well. And balance is key. I'm glad you're yeah, I am definitely trying to figure out. I had a bit of a rough day on Saturday last week. Yeah, it was a rough day, and I really had to pull my head in and sort out my life, which is, this week has been better. This week has been better than last week, which is always good. But no, so that's like the main updates and everything. Now is the chill time. So let's just have a bit of a chat. If you guys have any questions that you've wanted to ask me, or you've wanted to know about me, or you've seen some of my content and you've wanted to know more about it, just pop your questions in the chat there, because it is now the time to just relax, sit back, and get to know each other and have just that nice, relaxing, chill session. So I am hoping to potentially do one of these a week, just to keep you guys updated, keep you guys informed, and just give you a chance to wind down. Like, life is crazy, life is hard. Everyone needs that time where they can just go and have a chill, have a relax, put all their cares aside, and just sit and take a moment to just have a conversation. So that's now. So if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will try and come up with some questions for you guys to answer in the chat there. And the first big question that comes to mind is, have you seen the recent Pokemon news that came out? Because there's a lot that happened in there. There's a lot that I'm excited for, but there's also some that I really questioned about. But I don't want to give spoilers if people haven't seen it or don't know about it. So, have you seen it? And what are your thoughts? Or has anyone not seen it, should I say? If you haven't seen the Pokemon stuff, let me know, because I don't want to spoil things too much if you haven't seen it or you're planning to watch it or something like that. And I didn't fill up my water. That's alright. But otherwise, yeah, what else is happening? What is going on in your world? Has anything changed? I know people are... uh, yeah, both of those things I am super keen for. I do already have the DLC downloaded. I downloaded it like midnight last night, played it for a little bit, and I enjoyed it. Now I'm trying to... I was playing it a little bit just before I started, but I had to put it down to be able to do this. And that's again part of the work-life health balance, is not being too stuck on those, because I very easily can get distracted by all of the Switch stuff and by games and all that. So, but yeah, Pokemon Snap is something that's my childhood. I loved Pokemon Snap on the 64, and I'm so annoyed that it doesn't work well. What have you done that you're most proud of? What have I done that's most proud of? That's a very good question. I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to keep talking, and I'm going to have a think about that one, because that's a lot of things. A lot of things that come to mind. Ace Gaming, welcome on out. What am I most proud of? Honestly, there's been many things in my life that I am really proud of. And I will probably have a bit of a chat about some of them. Yeah, so Pokemon Snap was actually from the Nintendo 64 days, and it was amazing. But firstly, things that I'm proud of that I've achieved. I well, I Well, let's just start off by saying I was a bit. It was a bit rough during my. Some of you may already know about my troubles that I had at school, and I was not a happy child during my teenage years. Welcome out, maybe Haley. I'm doing good. How are things? So when I was about 22, I think it was, or maybe even 20, I joined a youth group. Now, I probably was a little bit old for a youth group, but it was like one run by my church. And it really helped me to learn how to change my mind's perspective. Because as I said, I was not happy. I was angry. I was arguing with my mother all the time. And I was just looking to pick fights whenever I could. But learning how to change my mindset was something that I look back on, and I'm so grateful that I was able to do that. Because in this youth group, the youngest age, you had to be 12 to be able to join. I very quickly became a sort of, not so much the leader, like, because we already had some amazing women who were running the youth group, but I basically became a support for some of the younger members, especially some of the younger males, because we had two female leaders. And so the younger males in the group, they really looked to me, and I was able to help them with situations, and they felt comfortable coming to me and talking to me. And I was able to just have like just a general chat with them. And one of the big things was one of the young guys, he was 12, was having really big issues with bullying. Like, every day he was getting bullied, and he told me this. And we were meeting, I think, once a month at this stage. So I had a bit of a chat with him. And then next time I pulled him aside and we had another chat about the same thing, just seeing how things were going. And he basically told me that he was getting bullied once a month and he wasn't getting bullied anymore. For me, and it's going to do it again, trying to hold back the fact that I was so thankful, basically, that this kid had given so much trust in me, and he was able to take my advice, and his life had changed. Um, oh gosh, it brings tears every time because it's a moment that I'm really proud of. The fact that I was able to change his life from getting bullied every day to not getting bullied at all, just because of what I had the words I had told him and the advice I'd given. That was probably the first moment I really felt extremely proud of myself. Because there's always the other ones where, like, obviously I've graduated and got a university degree. I've done a TAFE course and I've graduated from that. So those are other moments that I'm really proud of. Then, like, I've grown up and lived in New South Wales. For those of you who aren't aware, Australia is made up of different states. I've talked to some of my friends who didn't know that. But so New South Wales is where I've grown up. And 2.5 years ago, or almost 3 years ago, in September it'll be 3 years, I've lived with my parents my whole life up until this point, and then I moved to Tasmania and started living on my own for the job that I currently have. I was extremely scared and nervous because I've only ever lived with my family. I've never lived on my own before. So moving away from my security of my family to living in a state where I do have cousins down here, like one family group of cousins, but that's it. That's all I knew down here before I moved. And that was a huge step for me. And I'm proud of myself for taking that step. But not only that, at the end of 2018, so I moved down here in 2017. At the end of 2018, I actually bought this house that I'm in now. Not renting it, I'm actually bought it, and this is my home. I never thought I would actually own my own home, let alone own my own home in a state like so far away from everyone else that I know. So that, for me, those are some of my major highlights, moments that really stand out to me of being proud of the man that I am today. Is that, like, I've had a lot of horrible things and childhood bullies and all of that I've had to deal with, but now I can stand tall and say, I am me. This is who I am. This is my achievements. And yeah, it is a fantastic feeling to be able to say that, and to be able to be like, I have my roots in the ground here. It is, I lose words when I think about it, because it's something that 5 years ago, if you had have told me 5 years ago that I would be moving out of my parents' place, living on my own and buying a house in another state, I would have laughed at you. Honestly, I would have laughed, because yeah, this seems so crazy to me, but it's something that's happened. I have, and also, like, my other most recent achievement that I'm proud of is this channel. Being able to be myself on the internet, be myself here, and be able to interact with people like you. And as much as I'm proud of, like, being able to do the gaming stuff, and like, I love doing my animal stuff, this right now, what we are doing, having a chat, getting to know each other, helping people through stuff, this is a super proud moment for me to be able to have so many people do this. Excuse me. But let's go. Let's bring things back around. Wolf Soldier, welcome on out. How are you doing? And also Travis De Silva, welcome on out as well. How are you doing, Travis? And Katie, don't worry. Like, I am an emotional guy just in general, so I tear up a lot. But it just means that they are true moments of that I have a complete emotional reaction to. That's how deep and how proud I am of myself that I bring myself to tears for talking about them sometimes. Uh, but I will just reiterate what I said at the start for those who may have missed it. My work is starting up again in 2 days on Saturday. So there's going to be in my Discord server. So I'm going to put it in the chat again. If you, oops, let's try that again. I will be doing when I will be going live schedule. Because when I start back at work, obviously things are going to be completely different. So if you're not in the Discord, jump into this link that's being popped there. And you can get updates on when I'm going live around my schedule, because I do work on a rotating roster. So just if I'm working on Saturday this week, I may not be working on Saturday next week. So it's going to be changing around quite a bit. So that's why I'm going to create this channel in my Discord so that people can aware. I can update it on the weekly or the fortnightly, however many rosters I get, so that I can keep you guys as informed as possible when I plan to be going live and when I plan to be having like a day off, and what sort of times I would be scheduling those. And remember, these would be in Australian times, Australian Eastern Standard Times. I might even put there American Eastern Standard, because I know a lot of you more relate to that than the Australian one. So I'll pop in there the Australian Eastern Standard Time and the American Eastern Standard Time, just so that you guys might be able to understand that a little bit easier. And if for some reason I do schedule a stream for after work and I just get home and I'm just tired, I'll be putting in Discord and on Twitter that I won't be going live on that particular time because I need to take the time off. So that's my big announcement, my big news. And yeah, we're just having a chat. And that was thank you, Katie, again. That was a fantastic question. And I haven't actually brought that up. No one's asked me that yet, so thank you for bringing that up. Is there anyone else out there that has any questions, anything they would like to know, anything they would like to discuss, anything that it doesn't even have to be about me. You can pop something down there that, like, if you're having, or you're wanting to do this, or you're wanting to do that, and you just want advice, pop it down there and I can do my best. Again, I'm not trained counselor or anything like that. I can give you advice and some tips and stuff about situations. But yeah, like, let me know if there's something that you would like to talk about, because this is an open, this is an honest, this is a family friendly place, and I want you to feel warm and invited to be able to just talk about anything you would like to there. How come you're so awesome? Wolf, in all honesty, the thing that makes me awesome is the people around me. So you guys in the chat, my friends in the Nest Gang group, like the people that I interact with, that is who makes me so awesome. Because of you and every single one of you out there who have joined in this family group that has been created. How you answered that showed a lot about who you are and a genuine human. Oh, I appreciate those words, Katie. That means a lot, because as I said, when I first started YouTube, well, oh gosh, I need to stop. YouTube is something for 10 years. It's been 10 years ago. I finished school, and I considered going into making content on YouTube. I watched a lot of YouTube back then, and I loved what people were doing, and I considered doing it. But I never had friends who in that sort of were doing that sort of thing. I never had people to talk to. I never had the know-how. So in January this year, I was watching United Gamer, and then this random person went absolutely mad in there, insane. His name was Keegan the Primal Kyogre, a fellow Aussie, and we just had a real connection just straight away. We started talking, and he was talking about him wanting to start a channel. So we worked together, found some connections, and started figuring out how to YouTube basically together, and that is how I've come to do this. And for those of you who don't know, Keegan is very different from me. I try to be PG-13. He is not. So, but yet we still work really well together. And keep your eyes out because we will be starting a series together, a Soul Link that we have actually recorded parts of it a long time ago, but we never had the artwork. We now have the artwork and we are re-recording stuff very soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But one of my main goals for starting a channel was to remain myself. I didn't want to be someone different on YouTube just to try and get views in that. I wanted to be myself, be open, be honest, and I wanted to be inviting for every single person who wants to be involved so that they can be involved. And that was a big thing. That was a big thing that I wanted to achieve. And because of you guys being so open and welcoming of me and who I am, that has enabled me to be open and honest about who I am with you guys. But yeah, so it's a two-way street. You guys are awesome, and you guys believe that I am awesome as well. Like, I honestly don't see myself that way, but I've got a lot of people who do see that in me. Which, yeah, it's a two-way street, very much so. How old am I? I am 29. Yes, I'm old. But yeah, so 10 years. So like leaving school, I was about 18, 19, and yeah, I am so glad that I've made all the friendships that I have, that I've got the knowledge that I have, and that I can do this. Card Gaming, welcome out to the stream. Welcome out to the chilled session. But yeah, it was one thing I always set out that no matter what happens with the channel, whether I become big, whether I remain small, doesn't really matter. Being who I am, being myself, that's like one of the main things I did not want to lose myself. I want to be able to remain in this state where I can talk to people and have interactions with you and just be genuinely who I am, because if I and I've said that about my about the games that I want to play on the channel as well. I've had a lot of people tell me that I should play this game or I should play that game, and basically my response to that is, if it's not a game that I would play outside of YouTube, and it's a game that I wouldn't enjoy outside of YouTube, I am not going to play it on my channel purely to try and get views. It's not who I am. If I was playing a game that I didn't enjoy, I would be faking my reactions, faking everything, and that's not me. That's not who I want to be. I want to make sure that the games that I am playing are stuff that I enjoy to do. It may limit me. It may limit me on subs and everything else, but who I am is who I plan to stay on YouTube, off YouTube, in my life. And there's a train about to go past, so I think that was the one, but sorry. Having a past helps form who you are. I use my experience to let a lot of people know they aren't alone. People can tell if you don't. Exactly. And a lot of, that's one of the things is, there are specific style of games that are very, very popular at the moment, which I don't intend to play on my channel, purely because I wouldn't enjoy them. And even though if I were to play those games, I would probably skyrocket in subs and views and comments and things like that, because it's the game that people were watching. It's not who I am. And I want to make sure that I enjoy what I am doing, because for me, enjoying it means that you guys will enjoy what I am creating more than the game, basically. And that interaction is something that I love. You keep being you and you will grow. Thank you, Card. I appreciate that. But yeah, I am just going to keep being me. And I've said it in the past, when I set up this channel, I didn't set that sort of goals. Like, it was never my intention to say I'm going to hit 100 subs by this point. I'm going to hit like this many subs before the end of the year. My goals, like, every sub is always a bonus. Like, don't get me wrong. Every time someone new subs to the channel, it means that I can like there's a new friend I get to interact with and a new person that we get to have chats with. My goals were to, one, fulfill a 10-year dream. Fulfill that dream that I wanted 10 years ago to start creating content on YouTube. Two was to remain myself. Don't lose who I am in what I do. That was my second goal. And goal number 3 was to create a community of people who understand what's going on, but create content for that community, which it doesn't matter what is happening in the rest of their world, as long as they are enjoying my content, they are forgetting what else is happening. And even if they're in my stream for 5 minutes, I don't mind. That 5 minutes, they're watching my stuff and they're forgetting about all the horrors that may be happening outside of that moment right then. Those are my goals. Those are my 3 things that when I set up my channel, I decided that is why I'm setting up this channel. It wasn't to get 100 subs in 2 months. It wasn't to be doing all of this stuff. It wasn't to get money. What I set out to do was those 3 things. And there are times where I look at other people who started around the same time as me, and they have like triple the amount of subs that I have. And look, I do look at that sometimes and go, what am I doing wrong? But then all I need to do is think about I have to stop myself, think back, why did I start this channel? And as soon as I do that, and I see everyone who is in the chat at the moment, you're enjoying what you're seeing. I've got 13 likes, which means 13 people have been to this chat, have been to this stream, and however long they're here, they're able to just forget about everything else that's going on and have that one-on-one moment where they can just really focus on something else that's instead of something that's going crazy. So those are the 3 things that I always come back to as why I'm doing this. Has anybody ever used this? I have not. BB, I have not. All the streams have helped me this week just because of the interactions and to have fun and forget. That's exactly right, Katie. Like, life is hell, honestly. There is a lot of stuff going out there that we're not going to mention because YouTube really cracks down on that stuff. But there's a lot of stuff out there in the world at the moment which is horrible. I never really watch much of the news and stuff like that. I got a lot of mine from social media and stuff like that. But I've really tried to not look at all the sort of negative stuff that is out there, because especially when I was in such a bad headspace, looking at that negative stuff always pushes me worse. So I've been really trying to stop looking at that sort of thing so I can focus on those positives and create a space where people don't have to feel like the world is going to end. They don't have to feel like they can't go outside. It's a pure moment of just relaxing and enjoying something. And that is very important to me. Feel like you're monopoly. Don't worry about the fact that you are interacting is beautiful, and there might be other people who want to ask similar things that you are asking who just don't feel comfortable enough typing it in, or they might just be lurking and listening. That is perfectly fine, Katie. If you have stuff that you would like to pop in that chat, don't ever feel like you can't say something in that chat. That, especially in something like this where we are really just relaxing and taking it easy, having a chat, that chat is for anyone who would like to say something. That is their moment to do it. And again, not everyone is comfortable talking about that sort of stuff. So sometimes just watching and having someone else ask a question can help people out. But BB, how are you doing today? How are things going? And Greninja 500, welcome out to the stream as well. When I was in the hospital in March, I couldn't watch the news. Here I am alone in the hospital and the world is going to crap. Well, I hope that you are doing okay. I'm not going to ask you to explain any more than that. That's all that really needs to be explained. But I hope you are doing okay, and hope that things are doing better for you, because I know that being in the hospital isn't always the greatest thing. Um, playing. I started doing it, but it came out so late for me. The Pokemon announcement was at 11 o'clock last night. Um, Excuse me, had a bit of a croaky throat for a moment. Um, yeah, so I've played a little bit of it, but it came out really late last night for me. So I couldn't. I'm actually probably going to do a little bit more of it later, but I've got a lot of other things that I need to do as well, getting ready for work. Also, Zach, I did see you. Sorry, welcome out to the stream, Zach. What you missed basically is my workplace is reopening in 2 days' time, which means I could potentially be starting work as soon as Saturday. I don't know because I don't have a roster just yet. So in my Discord, I'm going to be creating a channel. Oops. Because I do wish to stream as often as I can still. So I'll be scheduling streams around my roster because it is a rotating roster, so which means if I am working Saturday this week, I may not be working Saturday next week. So I'll be doing an update every time I get a new roster. I'll be doing an update in Discord, trying to plan the streams, because there will be some streams at this time on my days off, and there'll be other streams later in the day when I am working. But I will still be trying to have some sort of balance so that I won't be streaming every day, so I can have an afternoon off or something like that. But yeah, so Discord. Why is it not coming up? I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it'll pop up in a moment. And I'm also going to put my Twitter there, because if I do have a stream scheduled and for some reason I can't do that one, I will be putting on Twitter and in Discord that I won't be going live on that particular time. Don't know why the Discord one did not work. So let me try that again. Let me try that again and see if it pops up this time. Yeah. There it goes. There it is, just there. So what else is going on out there? Is there anyone who would like to discuss something, or has something on their mind that they would like to bring up, or want to ask me something? Please feel free to type it in. Alright. There are no silly questions. There are no silly comments. All I want is for you to be open, and if you are asking a question, feel free to. I'm going to answer any questions that come my way as honestly as I possibly can. And if you have something that you wish to discuss, I will give my honest opinions and thoughts on that as well, because that is what we are. That is our family. We are open, we are honest, we are communicative, we are a community, we are a family. But yeah, so we'll possibly go for another 20 minutes, depending on how the discussion goes, and then we will go and spread the love and raid someone else. So does anyone out there have anything? Tom, welcome out. How are you doing, Tom? How are things going? So, I am super excited to potentially be going back to work soon. It is something that I have missed. I'm someone who loves to interact with people. And that's another reason why I'm grateful that I started this channel, is because it means I get to interact. I just got home from my minivan. Oh no. Take care of yourself, Tom. I hope you've got all the stuff to help out. To lighten the mood. Favorite game of all time? I have a few. Honestly, I absolutely love the Pokemon games. Pokemon, and gaming has been a big part of my life for most of my life. Growing up, I was playing the Nintendo 64 and the good old original Mario Kart. Or not the original, because there was one on the Super Nintendo which I played as well. Top of my head got burnt. Oh no, Tom. Oh, that's yeah. My dad has to watch that as well. He's a bit bald on top, so he has to remember to put sunscreen on the top of his head. But going back to it, yeah, Mario Kart I love, Smash Bros I love. Hey, Sabaton Leon, Liam, should I say? How are you doing? Welcome out to the stream. I am like other games that I've played growing up that I absolutely love. Age of Empires, absolutely love Age of Empires. That's some like that whole strategy style games I love. Heroes of Might and Magic was introduced to me at high school. It was the third one, and I absolutely love it. Surprised you're awake. Oof, that's have a late night, did you, Liam? And another game that I've found recently that sort of follows a similar style is Civilization. I absolutely find Civilization a lot of fun. Just got in. Ooh, interesting. Call of Cthulhu. If you're looking for players, just saying I might be down for something like that to learn something else. So just let me know. Might be interested. So recap, because we do have a few people who have just stopped by. My news is that as of Saturday, my workplace is reopening. Now, not everyone is going to get their jobs back straight away because obviously people need to hang on, English. The workplace needs to be able to stay open, so not everyone will be getting their jobs back straight away because obviously we're not going to be having a lot of income. So hopefully I will be getting my roster soon, which will let me know if I am working. And so I'll be creating a Discord chat in my server with when I will be around, when I'll be rostered for work, when I'll be going live. So keep an eye on those areas, and I'm going to pop it again. And Zach, I'm not missing you. I'm just trying to get, there's a few things that are happening. I have seen it, and so I'm doing my recap now. So I'm popping a link there now for my Discord server. Feel free to join there. We are family friendly. We like everyone to be a part of it, have a conversation. So if you are joining the Discord, make sure you pop yourself an intro so that we can get to know you a little bit, so we can include you in the conversations. And also, if you would like to claim a Pokemon mascot for one of my series that I'm doing, and I do have plenty planned for the future, make sure you check the pinned document first, and then you can pop your Pokemon that you would like to claim there, and we'll be able to sort that one out. And if you would like a specific nickname, make sure you put that there as well. But hang on, let me have a look back. Always looking for stuff. Yes, Call of Cthulhu is similar to D&D, but like it's a lot of role. I think it's a little bit more role play from the stuff that I've watched of Liam's, and like there's a lot more in depth for the character sheets. Like Liam showed me one of his character sheets, and it was very in depth. A lot more different roles that you'd have, like as in dice rolls, and that you need to be able to do, and a lot more like Dungeons and Dragons has certain things like you've got your perception and you've got your athletics and acrobatics and all of that. Call of Cthulhu has a lot more in depth of that, and you've got different types of roles that you can do. No worries, Liam. We will continue this in just a moment. But yeah, it's Dungeons and Dragons I found about a year ago, and I absolutely fell in love with it straight away. I've been really trying to get another campaign going because I do have one in real life, but that had to be closed down because of everything that's going on. So I've been really, really wanting to get back into more of that sort of stuff. And for those who aren't aware of Dungeons and Dragons, basically it's a lot of role playing, you create a character. Characters have different stats. There are lots of different types of characters that you can play depending on what you would like to play. Um, and you're basically going through a campaign. You've got a dungeon master who is basically narrating everything that's going on, and then you interact with different characters, enemies, things like that, all in like different circumstances. There's fight scenes. There's scenes where you might be shopping and you have to try and like you're buying something and you're trying to haggle them down. Your interactions really matter. That and you've got like a team with you and things like that. So it's really good. And Call of Cthulhu is very similar, but I think from what I've seen of the campaigns that Liam's done, it is a little bit more like almost real life situations, like more real life than Dungeons and Dragons can be a little bit more fantasy style stuff that happens in it. But is there anyone out there who has played Call of Cthulhu or Dungeons and Dragons before? Because yeah, it's very interesting. Alexander, welcome on out. And yes, we did. We managed to get all the way through the Elite Four. We didn't lose a single Mon during the Elite Four. And we came away with the victory against the champion. It was a third game version. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I haven't done any Call of Cthulhu, and I hadn't really had much interest until I started watching Sabaton Liam, because he's involved in Dungeons and Dragons and a board game, right? I getcha. Yeah, he's involved in both, and he actually streams them. So if there's something that you are interested in, yeah, Liam does have streams of those on his channel, and that's actually where I learnt about Call of Cthulhu, and actually really got interested in it. So yeah, thank you, Liam, for that. And I'll definitely be intrigued about potentially joining a Call of Cthulhu someday, maybe. Yeah, so again, this is Australian times. Liam is a fellow Aussie, so you're Eastern Standard Times, aren't you, Liam? So what I am going to do is um, if you are interested in things like Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu, let me where is it? Why can I not find it? Sorry guys, give me one. There you are. Right, if you are interested in that sort of thing, I would definitely consider joining, having a look at Sabaton Liam's channel, which I've just posted in the chat there, because yeah, he does Dungeons and Dragons. He does stream them on his channel. So Thursdays in Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is 14 hours ahead of American Eastern Standard. So he does Dungeons and Dragons on Thursdays, and he does Call of Cthulhu on Fridays. So if you are interested, or if your interest has been piqued by what's the discussions had here, make sure you click on that link. Go check him out. You can even go back and have a look at some of the previous stuff that he has done there, just to get a bit of an idea of what it is like and some of the campaigns that are involved. So D&D is in an hour and a half. So there you go. If you want to have a bit of a look, in 1 hour and 30 minutes time, he will be streaming on that channel. Go and check him out. He is fantastic. Yeah, I think he's hilarious. I've done well, it was a Call of Cthulhu game that he did that I basically watched the entire thing of, and I had a guide up, and I was basically when he got stuck, I was giving him helpful tips, and that was a lot of fun as well. So other games that I've seen Liam do is what was the shark game called, Liam? The one that you were doing the shark. That was interesting. And yes, their DM is absolutely fantastic. He's really good at storytelling. Maneater, there you go. That was a lot of fun. So feel free to jump on that link, go and sub to him. Also, if you do find that you are enjoying the stuff that you do see over there, make sure you hit the bell, ring the bell, so that when he does go live with Dungeons and Dragons, Call of Cthulhu, or anything like that, you'll be able to get involved in that. But yeah, so he said doing Call of Cthulhu. I'd definitely be interested in that. Yeah, I don't have any plans for tomorrow night, Liam. So hit me up in my DMs and let me know what what I need to do to be involved. Let me know, because I'd definitely be keen to join in if there's a place available. Did you see the Pokemon Direct? I did, Zach. I did see it. I haven't been talking too much about it because I know there are some people who may not have seen it. But things that we have mentioned here, there's two things that I'm like. Well, obviously the DLC. I've already been playing that. I love that. And also Pokemon Snap on the Switch looked fantastic. As soon as that came up, I got so excited. I love Pokemon Snap, and the fact that they're bringing it to the Switch is, I'm so happy. I'm so excited for that. And the fact that there is another announcement coming out next week, I have some thoughts. I have some ideas about what it might be, but we're just going to leave it there. Basically, Gen 2 remakes. They've already done Gen 2 remakes. If they're going to do any remakes, it would be Gen 4. But other thoughts I had was, I feel like they might do something like either an update or a new version of it's not what is it Colosseum, and yeah, I feel like they might do that style of game, a Colosseum style of game. Those are my two main guesses. Because, yeah, they haven't done something like that recently. It's either that, or I would also love for them to come up with a Pokemon Stadium for the Switch. I think that would be awesome as well. No worries, Liam. So those are my guesses as to what the next week's announcement is going to be, because it's a big thing that they like. So I reckon it's Gen 4 remake. I'm assuming it's a remake of some sort, basically. Gen 4 remake, or like a Colosseum style remake type thing. That's my guesses. But feel free to pop in the chat what you think it is going to be. Oh, I would, if they brought a Conquest to the Switch, I would fall off my chair with happiness. Honestly. But I feel like they would do, I don't think Pokemon was as well known as some of the other games, so I think they would do the other games first. Especially since they're doing a Pokemon Snap remake. You see, I don't think they would do as much as I'd love Gen 2 to be on the Switch, I don't think they would put Gen 2, I don't think they would do a Gen 2 remake again. Or at least they wouldn't do that first. Especially since there's been so much out there about everyone wanting Gen 4 remakes. I don't think they would do Gen 2 before they do Gen 4. But that's just my opinion. It could be. We'll have to wait until next week for that. But yeah, is there anyone else? Does anyone else have any topics they would like to bring up? Any questions they would like to know? After the original 151, I'm lost. Possibly though. Good point there, Zach. They could do a Let's Go Gen 2. That is definitely possible. I didn't even think about that. Good point there. I still feel like it would be they'd do a Gen 4 before they did a Let's Go Gold and Silver. Honestly. But Katie, that is perfectly fine. Like, a lot of people have dropped off at different points. I have been playing Pokemon since Red and Blue days, all those years ago. It was probably one of the first games that I got on, like, I don't know if you guys ever remembered it. The original Game Boy. Let me. So, for those of you who may not be aware, the original Game Boy. Save. So, let me just bring this up. Going to there. So, the very first Game Boy that I remember coming out was this one. This thing right here. It had the really big cartridges, and the screen was black and white, and it was probably about this big. Like, it was a solid thing that you held. And that is what I started playing Pokemon on all those years ago. And that is why the original Pokemon games, even when you do them on emulator, are black and white, because they were black and white on the original back in the original days there. Let me look in the background of the guy talking. True, I wasn't paying that much attention to the background. I was more trying to, because I actually, like, one of my mates in a Discord group, he shared his screen there, so I was watching it through that. So I was just laughing at some of the announcements and absolutely going mental for the other ones. Collected the cards. Yeah, so yeah, you couldn't use it if it was sunny. You had to look at it in the shade. And yeah, because there was no light in the screen either. And in terms of Pokemon cards, I have a folder at my parents' place of the original Gen 1 Pokemon cards. And growing up, we had, my nan was very open and welcoming in her house as well. And she had a lot of Japanese exchange teachers live with her. And one of them brought me a whole bunch of original Japanese Pocket Monster cards. So that is, I've got those at my parents' place, which next time I go up there, I'm going to, like, take photos or bring them back with me to have here to show off, because that is, a lot of people I tell that and they are blown away the fact that I have Japanese, like, original first generation Japanese Pokemon cards. So yeah, I haven't looked at them in so long, and it's really funny that people, like, are doing Pokemon card reveals now, and I'm just like, I don't do that sort of stuff, but I've got, like, I don't collect them in that way, but I've got a folder full of them at home. Some of them are not in the best condition because, like, I used to put all the energies together because I never saw the use of them. But other ones are, like, I think I've got the original, I don't even know what they called them, but the really nice, one of the really nice original Charizards. I think I've got that there. So I'll have to, I'm gonna have to get them and take photos of them. They did third gen remake. Think about it, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, some of them. Um, the, so the Heart Gold and Soul Silver are the remakes of um, Gold and Silver, just like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire. So, like, the only way I think they would do Gen 2 remakes would be in a Let's Go style. I reckon. I don't think they would bring out that. I don't think they'd go Fire Red, Leaf Green, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, then back to Gen 2. Like, it doesn't make lineal, in my brain, it doesn't make lineal sense. But yeah. But yeah, does anyone else have any other topics they might want to bring up or anything they might like to discuss? Because if not, we might go on a raid and end it there. So, but thank you all for being involved and making up these conversations and just being open and honest and having a good conversation, because that's what I want out of these chill sessions. And if there is something that you would like to discuss and you think about it later, please write it down. Because I will, as I said, be trying to do maybe one of these a week or once every fortnight, just so we can have that chat and that chance to relax and have a bit of a chat. So make sure if you do have questions for me or stuff that you would like to know or want my advice on something, please make a note of those questions so that next time I do a chilled session like this, you can ask those questions. Because yeah, I would love to be able to keep these conversations going. And the more questions you have for me, or the more topics, even it doesn't even have to be a question. If you want a topic that you would like to bring up and have people's opinions on, please write them down, put them somewhere. If you are on your computer at the moment, write it down on a bit of a sticky pad, pop it next to your computer so next time you have that question there and so you don't forget it. Because I love this interaction, I love this talking with you guys, and I'd love to be able to, like, it does sometimes take a little bit for people to open up in a stream or come up with questions. So if you've got stuff that you've got written down somewhere, already set up, ready to go, when we get through the announcements and start doing these questions, you've got it right there to start a conversation. Because yeah, things like that are always good. So doesn't seem like there are any other questions. So let me have a quick look and see, because we will go on a I would like to go on a bit of a raid in a second, so we'll see who is live. Have no shame. Well, that's that's possibly a good thing. Depends on the way how you look at it, I suppose. But let me have a look. I think we're gonna do this.
It's not that serious.
Again, Nyx made literally like...
Did you buy the new DLC? Yes, I did. So I have both Sword and Shield. I've only got the DLC on Shield at the moment. Because I didn't want to buy it on both if I didn't... Because it's quite a bit of money. I didn't want to buy it on both if I didn't... if I didn't enjoy it so much. So we're going to go with the hashtag Smithy Chill raid. No worries. No worries, Liam. So yeah, we're going to go with the hashtag Smithy Chill raid because it is a chilled session. And here is the link that is going to take you across to Youngster Joey, who is doing, well, hopefully it will take you across to Youngster Joey, where he is doing a shiny hunt with Mama Cat. So head on over and do that, and I will see you guys next time. Keep an eye on Discord, keep an eye on Twitter, and yeah, we'll have a bit more fun next time. Bye.